Just realized I don't have my nails painted today. I feel so naked. Hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back, or welcome in general. If you're new here, make sure you introduce yourself down below. And today, as the title would suggest, we are going to be battling out two really hyped up foundations on the internet. And when I tell you that anyone who's applied these foundations, like their skin looks immaculate, like glowy, radiant, lit from within kind of skin, but I haven't seen anyone compare them side by side. And I was like, well, obviously that's what we need to do today. And speaking of gorgeous looking skin, I am very excited because today's video is sponsored by Clarins. I've worked with them many times and I love their skincare products. And today I want to share with you guys this eye cream that I've been using. This is the Total Eyelift Eye Concentrate. This is an anti-aging eye cream that has won a bajillion, not a bajillion, but they did win a ton of different awards this past year because they are going to give the eyes this like visible eye lift in 60 seconds because they have a bunch of different ingredients in there, 94% of which are natural ingredients. Not only does this smooth my under eye area and make it look absolutely flawless throughout the day, but it also has product in here that is going to enhance my lashes, enhance my brows, and doesn't sting my eyes. So I warm up the product first and then I pat it underneath my eye area, starting in the inner corner all the way out. And then I go over top of my lashes and my brows. Again, does not sting my eyes at all. It is so nice. It's so nice. It's so refreshing. Cannot tell you how many eye creams I no longer use because if you get it anywhere near your eye or rub your eye, you know, like a person, then it stings. And I can't have that in my life anymore. And then once I patted that in, I go in right in the center here and you just press on this area and this is going to stimulate any sort of lymphatic drainage. And then from there, I'll go into the rest of my skincare routine. And this, I understand why it's so well loved. You can get it from Sephora. It is super highly rated. I absolutely love it. I will link it down below for you guys so you can go and check it out for yourself. Big thanks to Clarins for supporting and sponsoring this video. And now let us dive into the foundations. All right, now that we're zoomed in, let's pull back the hair. You know, as much as I love having my hair in my foundation. My hair looks so blonde right now. Okay. So the foundations. Let's just do a quick general overview in case you aren't familiar with these foundations. We will start with the Nars one. This is their light reflecting foundation. This is medium coverage. It's supposed to give a natural finish. It's supposed to be buildable as well. It's supposed to feel like skin. It's going to blur your pores. It's going to conceal any areas that you may want to conceal. It's supposed to do it all. It's even supposed to improve your skin if you're wearing it every single day after a period of like 6 weeks or anything like that. So I thought that was interesting because it is very similar to the other super viral foundation right now. And that is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. Skin looks more radiant up to 285%. 285%. That's an interesting number. 166% hydration boost. Plumper skin by 181%. 181%. I'm getting too far into these numbers. Nars, what are you claiming here? It has a light reflecting complex that's going to help reflect light like a prism. Back in science class from like grade 6. Okay, so they're saying that it's going to give you a more even skin tone by up to 93%. And that is for 31 women. Is it just me or is that like a lot to hang on 33 people? Like that's not a big sample size to me, at least, in terms of like testing out the efficacy of a foundation. Like, do you not need more people than that? Like, I can help. How many shades you got, CT? Oh, you're gonna make me count them. Okay. 10, 14, 18. I think 30. I did a really quick count though. 30 versus 36, but they are very like lightweight formulas. So maybe one particular shade can kind of work across a larger range of people. I don't know, but that would be my guess, I suppose. All right, that's enough chit chat. Let's put this on the face. Oh, actually, let's prime first. I'm gonna use a primer that I know is just going to work. This is the Cover FX Gripping Primer. I just know it works for everything. There's not one foundation that I've found where I'm like, oh no, this is terrible. Bad decision, Rachel. And then let's start with Charlotte Tilbury. We're gonna start with Charlotte Tilbury. I got the shade 2 Neutral, which feels like my shade. That's a pretty good match. So I'm gonna split my face down the middle. We're gonna do Charlotte Tilbury on this side and Nars on this side for no reason. It's just, I don't know, just picked it. Actually, that's a lie. I did it by alphabetical. Charlotte Tilbury is on my left side and I read left to right, but it's flipped for you, so it doesn't work the same way. Now you have a little sneak peek into my brain. I will do periodic updates throughout the day. I will try and do some in like natural light as well. We will see which one, I think anyway, is actually worth buying. Maybe it's both. Can you imagine? That would be such a good start to 2022. So in terms of application for the Charlotte Tilbury side, I'm going to be using a brush because that's what I saw the most on any of their social platforms. People were, for the most part, using a brush to apply it. But it's interesting because on the Nars side, they didn't. So I'm going to try and keep it to what the brand is sort of presenting as the best or optimal way of applying the foundations. So I'm going to take some in a brush like this, which is kind of what they seem to use. Got a little bit right there, and let us apply. That's a good shade match. So we're just going to buff it out. I can't get over what a good shade match that is. Oh no, applying it around my brows. I don't know why I always do this to myself. I always make it the most difficult. I did see one person, I think, apply it with their fingertips and said, "Oh, that's so pretty." There was one person, and this is a pet peeve of mine, but when you're promoting a foundation and you can tell it's just on your skin and you just go, like, what are you doing? Just drives me crazy. It doesn't say anywhere to apply it underneath the eyes, so I'm not going to, just in case, but like, this is what my skin looks like with one coat. It still looks like my skin. It just looks airbrushed and flawless. And I tried to zoom in like a lot so you could really see every pore on my face. This is really the only spot that's not touching, but for whatever reason, that seems to be a sticking spot for me. I think it's because this is a dry weather. Because this is supposed to be buildable, I'm going to put a little bit, teeny tiny little bit. I'm just gonna try and go over like this area. Yep, that did it. Except for that one little spot. But like, I don't expect it to cover that. That's really pretty. Okay, Nars, you got some competition. All right, I have the shade here. This is Mont Blanc. Hopefully that's a good fit. And this is basically what they've been doing. I'm just copy paste. They have been taking this foundation and putting it into the palm of the hand. Again, I learned some Clarins. There are no pores on the palms. So they've been putting them in here, kind of smearing it around to warm up the product, and then they've been using their fingertips to apply the product to the skin. Oh, it says in bold letters here to shake well. Better do that first. So we're just gonna put that in the hand, like so. We're just gonna smear it around. This one I feel like is a little bit liquidier in like consistency versus the Charlotte Tilbury feels a little bit more traditional foundation-y. We're just going to smooth it on. Right now, all I can think is, it's been a while since I've just applied foundation with my hands. I'm usually using a sponge, to be honest. This just feels a little bit weird. Okay, the Nars side is a little bit lighter in terms of shade. So close, but we'll even that out with like bronzer and stuff like that. In terms of how it looks, just straight applied to my skin, which side do we like better? Like before I go and set it, is there a side that we like better? Oh, this is really hard. I think I mildly prefer the Charlotte Tilbury side to the Nars side, but it's so close, at least to me. Maybe editing Rachel will have a different opinion. They both have this beautiful glowiness to them. They've got enough coverage that you feel like you're putting something on your skin that is foundation based, and it's evening everything out, but it's still like, you can still see my skin. Like it still looks like skin. Honestly, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna come down to how does it look by end of day? Is it still gonna be on my face? These are the questions. Okay, I just went to go heat up my coffee and I went and looked at my skin. It doesn't look like I have anything on the Nars side. And I feel like because I doubled up a little bit on the Charlotte Tilbury side, I feel like I owe Nars the opportunity to show me how buildable they are. Again, in the hand, warm it up. And again, I'm trying not to use the color differentiation here as a factor because obviously I can get a shade that maybe matches me a little bit better. What I want to see is how buildable this is. Actually, Honestly, it's building really nicely. Like that looks really pretty, albeit a little light for my skin. I think it does look good. So let's add some concealer. I feel like because we went very like lighter coverage, I feel like I want to use the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer because that also has more of like a lighter vibe to it. I kind of want to finish up the face together because I feel like sometimes with powders and other products layered on top, it can affect what the foundation actually looks like and how it's performing. So this way, we can kind of monitor it together. I'm honestly obsessed with that concealer. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, now let's do like a cream blush and bronzer. This is actually a liquid, but it's fine. This one's just ColourPop. And we're gonna blend that all out. Because again, I feel like this particular foundation requires like a specific look. So far, at least on the Charlotte side, the bronzer seems to be laying well. I think I took too long and now it dried down on the Nars side. Not Nars's fault, at least I don't think so. All right, now we need a blush. Gonna go for a classic, my NUDESTIX one. This is not the time to be testing new products. I need to have ones that I know are gonna work. Okay, so far, I feel like so far so good. Again, I still think I prefer the Charlotte side. Now let us set everything. I'm gonna use my Patrick Ta blush. Physicians Formula bronzer. Oh, that smells so good. What is that? Butter coffee. Yeah, that's awesome. And now powder finish. I really want to use the Rare Beauty one, the new one that they have, because I really like it. It's the setting powder. There's no name for it, but I don't know that one as well. Like we're acquaintances and like I like her, but we gotta go for tried and true for this. I'm gonna use my Elizabeth Arden. We're just gonna set this down. And like I'm not setting everywhere, I'm just basically setting the T-zone and underneath the eyes, because again, this is supposed to be like a light reflecting foundation. And I am curious if anybody has tried this, so if you have, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite is. Also, everyone cast your vote now in the comments. Leave a comment now and let me know which one you think is going to actually last all day. I mean, technically, I guess you could also say both or neither. And obviously, we could use these foundations without everything on top as well, because it is supposed to be sort of more of that light and bright, your skin but better kind of a foundation. But then I feel like it's not going to stay on the skin because you're not setting it into place. And I wouldn't expect it to stay on for that long. So I want to see what happens if I actually try. Is it gonna stay on? Do a little lip liner. This one from NYX is so pretty. It's Nude Suede shoes. It's so nice. Do a little bit of Rare Beauty on top. Just kind of warms it up. Just realized I'm being blinded right now by the sun. Is that better? I feel like that's better. All right, here we go. Foundations. What do we think? I need like a close-up mirror. Stare at my pores, you know? I feel like Nars isn't doing anything for my pores, to be honest. Like they look very cratery. Can you see that? Like right in there. That's not super flattering. This side, I mean, you can see my pores as well, but it doesn't look as, I don't know, stretched out. Yeah, and looking at it close up, Nars almost seems to sit on the skin and it doesn't, I don't know, it's not looking as skin-like, versus the Charlotte one seems to meld a little bit better. Yeah, that's sort of my takeaway from this. Again, I haven't used like a pore minimizing powder or anything like that. I just use this like a standard powder. But that's kind of where I'm at. Neither of them are super impressing me on the pore front, especially because they're supposed to be like pore blurring and all this stuff. Not really seeing that, but let's see how they wear. So I know what my preference is right now. Let me know what yours is, and we'll check in a bit. Oh my gosh, I always forget how quickly we lose daylight. So it's been on for a couple of hours now. So this is the Charlotte side and the Nars side. I don't know. My blush is looking real patchy right now. Why? Why are you doing this to me? So excited about these. Was it patchy before? Be honest with me, guys. I guess now the Nars side looks better because, you know, it seems to be in place. I can't tell. It doesn't look as patchy. I can't tell. But now school day is wrapping up, so I'm gonna go get the kids, get sorted for the day, and I will check in with you guys tonight. All right, guys, it's end of day. My makeup has been through a bit. It's always fun when your children who have been able to sleep through the night forever just decide one day to just, no, I'm not gonna go to sleep easy. Anyway, so I've been canvassing people, and by people I mean Chris and Lo, to see which side they prefer. Chris couldn't really tell a difference between the two. He said like mildly this one, which is the Charlotte Tilbury one, and then Lo preferred the other side. She's like, I didn't want to say anything, but like one side of your face looks better than the other. And honestly, when I was glancing in the mirror, this side was holding up a lot better than the Charlotte side. So you can see right here, it is, you know, coming off in Nars. Again, it is a foundation that's like more lighter coverage and lighter and pretty and all these kinds of things, but like it's looking a little bit greasy. And the Nars side really done in. Most of this is on Connor's pajamas. He just did not want to go to bed tonight. Honestly, I don't really like either of them. Because of this, I am now determined to figure out a way that I might like it. So I'm going to be retesting these with different primers, no primer. Jumping in here, new day, and I just have the Nars one on my face. So I figured I would show you what it looks like. It feels very dry, if that helps. So, mind you, my house is also very dry. Overall, like it just looks like my skin is kind of glowy. So when I put it on this morning, I didn't use any primer and I used a sponge this time for application. And I think when it's just on my skin and there's nothing else, it doesn't look good to me. Like when I put it on, I expect my skin to look more dewy and lustrous and beautiful. No, it looks the same. I use their light reflecting powder on top. I will see how this is wearing throughout the day. I've had this on now for maybe like 2 hours. So that's what this one looks like. I told you guys, I'm determined. Okay, I'm back. It's the end of the day and like honestly, it's still, that's what it looks like. End of day. I don't understand. I don't get the Nars one. I don't get the hype of the Nars one. If anyone has any recommendations, please let me know because I am lost. I stand corrected. I think there is a winner. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. It has been on my skin all day and it looks amazing. I set this one with the new ColourPop powder. They have a new one. And primer, I used the Tula one. Okay, so apparently there's a winner. I like the Charlotte Tilbury one best. Big thanks again to Clarins for sponsoring today's video. You can go and check out the Total Eyelift Eye Cream in the description bar below. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. Check out these videos on the side in case you have missed any, and I will see you guys all next week.